everybody, welcome to my channel Revive Beauty. My name is Donna and I'm so happy you're here. Today we have two projects. Project 1, we are doing an Alice in Wonderland themed, I don't know if it's a pot or someone told me it was an umbrella stand, maybe a cane stand, I don't know. Here are the images, and all of these will be linked in the description below. If you'd like to purchase them, you can find them in my shop. This is a V-Flex product. It's called Queen of Hearts. So here's the pot we're using. There are the papers. And you can see that this pot or umbrella stand, I don't know what it is, it needs a lot of help. So I'm starting off with some Dixie Belle's Boss, I believe it's called, just as a primer. I wasn't sure what this material on here was, but it felt like a plastic to me, and it has like a texture to it. So it's just trying to give it some put something on it to give it some grip. And I do go over it with folk art paint, and I believe the color is called I have it right here. It's an eggshell finish. It's a paint and sealer in one, and it is called Farmhouse White. I love this color. I love this paint. It's a really nice paint. So I'm just going over that, trying to get the brown. This thing was just dirty and grungy and ugly. I'm sure at one point it was a nice piece, but not any longer. So I'm going to decoupage these images right here in those little blank spots. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. So as I'm trying to get them cut and figured out, I ended up making a template so I could do them all at once. Sorry, it's off camera. This thing was so big, it was really hard to keep it in the camera. And here I'm using Mod Podge, and as you know, I always water my Mod Podge down, and I always miss my papers. So the papers, I've been told the fibers expand so you don't get as many wrinkles. So just trying to get it laid down there. It's sort of hard because there's a little curve to it. So you got to get it just right. So trying to get them laid down without messing up the paper. And so I worked it a little bit here. And because that piece had texture to it, the texture shows through the paper. It's sort of cool looking. Hopefully in the final reveal you could see that in the picture. And just going over it with my Mod Podge mixture, my watered down Mod Podge. Sometimes I even spray on top of it just to mist it with water. So today I'm having some bad allergies, so if I sound a little congested, that's why. I don't know what is going on. It's just driving me nuts. So here I go, making a template, and then I'm using a pencil to cut them, to mark them and cut them. Yeah, I don't know why I'm off camera. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't have a lot of space. The table that I use is very small. So I think that's why it's just so weird that I can't get anything right, you know, under the camera. So yeah, and I'm gonna get them all like cut out. So anyone Alice in Wonderland fans, I love Alice in Wonderland. And I love these images. I have some other images if you're interested. I mean, I have quite a few Alice in Wonderland. They're under the Dragonfly Crafts. And also, this month, for the month of October, running a special, 20% off if you use the code I Love Fall. And I will put that in the description. And with every order, you get a beautiful fall piece of rice paper. It's a beautiful image. And most people are liking that image. So, you know, if you're interested, right now is a good time, 20% off. Okay, I'm getting there. This is the Queen of Hearts paper. There's a misting it there. And I hated that I had to cut off those cues, but there's nothing I can do about it. To get it to fit, I had to do it. So I'm going back over it with Mod Podge. Just trying to show you guys, you know, like going around each one, adding each one, so you guys get a good feel of how I did this. I mean, I'm sure most of you know how to decoupage, but if you don't, so, you know, I apply it under and then I apply it on top to seal it. And the decoupage I'm using is I believe it's a gloss one on this one. It's got a little shine to it. Just making sure it's good and dry. So I have them all on now. And let's see, I think, oh, yep. So, you know, they didn't fit all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to be adding this Harlequin paper to the bottom of each one. You know, Harlequins go with Alice in Wonderland. And this whole thing has like a black and white theme. So I'm adding that, and I'm off camera, I'm sorry, but you will see here in a second how it looks. I'm just measuring each one out so they're the same. There, it gives you a little bit of an idea. Let's see. Huh. You will see in a second. So here I'm using the black enamel paint, and see those little designs on the sides there? I'm going to go over each one of those. It was a little hard because they were bumpy. I'm just going over those in black, just those little sections there, see? It wasn't easy. I couldn't get it right, you know, I couldn't get like perfect. I go over them and fix them, but yeah, it was sort of weird because they were just so bumpy. It was hard to get it just right. I clean them up, go over them. There you go, you can see the harlequin there. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Sorry guys. Oh, I'm going over the top. Yeah, you can see how I did the top. So I did sections of the top also in the black. So here you get a good, better idea of what I did. And every other leg I'm painting black and leaving the other ones white. So it was black, white, black, white. And you can see the harlequin there that I added. And I went around the little trim in gold. I did one coat off camera, and I believe I'm going to show you. I will go over it again, my second coat on camera. This was a long process. I started this a week ago. It took me, well, you know, I work, I have a full-time job, I take care of my house, my husband, my dogs, my business, plus I try to work out every day. So it's really hard to get these in. You know, I just have a few minutes each day to work on them. Trying to get better with my time management so I can figure out, you know, get these done and get them out. But it's not easy. To me, well, you know, that's the fun part, doing the project. The hard part is trying to edit these videos and get them done so that we can get them posted. It takes me forever. So here I have the little Queen of Hearts V-Flex. It's a PVC mold type thing. So I'm going over it. I'm using a red black. I'm using red, and I'm mixing it with a black just to give it that darker blood red look. So I'm going over it, over the heart with it. And again, there's some little dots in there, so I'm going to get in there. Yeah, mixing the black gives it a real nice darker red with a little bit of those low lights, and you can see some highlights in there. It does do a lot for it. So if you're trying to get that really looking heart blood red, try it. So now I'm using the gold, and this is a Deco Art Gold. I like it. I think it's really pretty gold. So I have liquid gold also, and if you know liquid gold, it's oil based, and any oil based paint, you really can't put it on plastic because it stays sticky and like never dries. So I really don't use oil based on anything plastic. And so I was going to use it on the trim here, but I sort of feel like these are plastic. So I decided I better not, because if it's plastic, it will remain sticky. It will never dry completely. It just gives you this sticky feel to it all the time. It never goes away. So just remember, don't use an oil-based paint on plastic without using a good plastic primer. If you have a good plastic primer, you can do it. But you have to give it a good coverage first with the plastic primer. Okay, so now I'm going to put some of those little red ruby jewels. See those little dots in the heart? I'm going to put it around there and on the crown. So right in there. And you can't really tell here, like, you know, what it's doing for that, but it really looks pretty. Adding a few to the crown. One in the middle there. And that piece is done. I'll set that aside. So I'm going through my Totally Dazzled jewels, trying to find, well, a key. I wanted to give her a key to the castle. I wanted to get a crown for her, for Alice. So that's what I'm looking for. Oh, and then I did find a little heart to put on the queen. I realized I put this in the wrong one, so I just opened it. So if you order from Totally Dazzled and you order so much, you get the crown of the month. They offer a crown every month. And that's what that was. So I'm trying to figure out which crown I want to use. I think Alice deserves a crown. Yep, that's the one. And give her a crown. We're going to give her a key. The key is a little big, but at least you can see it. I'm going to dry it a little bit. So what I decided to do is add some stickles. So I'm going to go around, you know, just certain areas, adding stickles. I think I'm using gold here. Just going around, sort of highlighting some areas. Areas of his hat, his jacket, his bow tie. Put a little bit in her hair. Give her some gold highlights. Well, maybe I was using that Gideon or whatever it's called. I don't know. I don't have it right with me. But here I am putting some sparkly gold in her hair. Then I'm going to add some to the cat in certain areas, just to bring it out. Stickles are so nice. They look so sparkly. They add a lot to the picture. Drying it. So stickles are hard because it takes them forever to dry. So this right here, I added it to the cat's eyes. Oh my gosh, they look so good, you guys. The pictures really don't do it justice how his eyes are sparkly. They're really pretty. Just adding some sparkle here and there.
Alfie, come here. What do you have? What do you eat?
I gotta buy me some more. I don't have all the colors. Like, I need more colors. So I'm using the gold to go around the little teapot there that he has. I'll finish our little teapot. Line her dress. Give her ruffles some sparkle. Now we're gonna work on the queen. Give her some sparkly ruffles. Going over this heart.
Alfie. Alfie. Okay, what do you got? What are you doing? All right, go away.
I have this heart from Totally Dazzled. So I was trying to figure out where to put it. And I know I sparkled that up, but I'm going to put the heart over it. I just felt like it was a good place. So she's got that like teardrops hanging. So I was trying to do that and got too much on there. So now I'm trying to do it lighter. So like I've said before, I'm not perfect. This piece is not perfect, but I feel like I really revived its beauty. I think it's beautiful. So I have the little Queen of Hearts V-Flex piece here that I'm going to add some Gorilla Glue. And hopefully I move that up so you guys can see what I'm doing. My Gorilla Glue is getting stopped up and I had to put a hole in it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to push this up. So I'm sitting down on the bottom. Sorry, I don't know why this is not in camera. You guys will see it in the final reveal. So make sure you stay and watch that. And here's our project 2, which is also Alice in Wonderland. And we're using this here, and I believe this one's called Alice at the Castle. We're going to use this rose pediment or applique. And we're going to use this little one here. So the board I got from Hobby Lobby. It was from their spring collection. It was on clearance, you know, at the end of their spring, before they go to summer. They always have stuff on clearance, like 70% off. If they have any of these left, I stock up. I buy a bunch. So I just used some chalk paint, some folk art chalk paint, just going around it, giving it a white background. Ended up with too much because I had poured it. So I'm just going around the whole thing, trying to get it all painted. Covered real well. And it does a good job of doing that. This is the picture, yep. And I'm just going to trim the white that's around the edges off. I love this picture. So now I'm using my Mod Podge, my watered down. It's my preferred way of using it. I'm misting my paper, giving it wet, so I can get it laid down. There we go. You can see a few bubbles there forming, but they go away once I dry it. Going around checking everything as I dry it. You can see in the bottom right corner it stayed a little white. I don't know why. I know it's a little lighter there in that print, but it seemed like the Mod Podge left it a little more white and didn't clear up. I don't know. I would have to get the print out and compare it. So this frame, I decided to go around it with red. And what I used was a metallic red. It's called Ruby Slippers, and it's from the Plaster Paint Company. It's beautiful red, see. I did have to use several coats because metallics are a little more translucent. I don't know why that is, but my best bet would have I should have went over it with a regular red and then went over it with the metallic. I know this already. Why I didn't do it, I don't know. I just didn't think about it at the time. Like I said, I was just trying to get things done, I guess. So it did take me a few coats, but it's just a beautiful red. So let me know what you guys think of this red. Do you think I should have painted the frame a different color? I mean, one of the options I was thinking about was doing just a black and white stripe around the frame, but I decided I wanted to add some color to it since it had like the red flowers. I'm adding the rose appliques. I was going to use these heart appliques, which you will see, but they were just too big and to me just didn't look right, but they came out gorgeous. So I'm just going to save them for maybe a Christmas project. We'll see how that goes. I can get them used on one of those projects. But I think they came out so pretty because I put ruby gems on them. And you'll see that coming up. But yeah, let me know what you think of this red. Or the frame being red, I guess. Just trying to go out of the box here. Because I don't know if anybody else would be using red for this. So those are the appliques, and I just couldn't make up my mind what I wanted to do. Those are the little hearts on the bottom. There you can see, don't get a very good look at them. You will here in a sec. So at first I thought, oh yeah, this looks good. But once I got them painted and everything and added on, they just looked too big. Like they were just too overwhelming. So I went with less. But I do get them painted and get them all ready. So I'm just painting them red. A little off camera. Gosh. I hate this. There you go. You can see it a little bit better. Using the same red. So this paint that I'm using, the metallic, it's a chalk metallic and it doesn't have a sealer on it already. So everything had to be sealed. And I believe I did that off camera. So you can see those little bumps on there, on this heart thing. I put rubies on each one of those. And they are so pretty. Yeah, just getting them painted. Off camera, sorry. There we go. So I'm trying to dry them and smooth them out. You know, sometimes you get a little, like a wine of paint. You had too much on your brush. I'm just trying to get those all smoothed out. These paint up really nice. These appliques. dry. And then I went over the high points with Rub and Buff to give them a little gold highlight, which I think that's what I'm doing there. Just going over them lightly with some Rub and Buff. There we go. They're all highlighted. So you can see I have my gems there, and I'm going to go over each one of those little dot things. It's like a little pyramid right there, and the tops of the pyramids are sort of squared off, so they allowed me to put a gem on there. So here's the picture all done. I'm gonna go around with some stickles, get the flowers highlighted in the red. So if you guys haven't tried stickles, it takes a long time for it to dry, so you have to be really careful once you put it on. And it does so much for your image. So if you haven't tried it, I suggest you do, because I mean, I just love it. And I know there's some cheaper ones, like I've seen some at Michael's, some glitter glue, but I've never tried them. I've just used stickles and I haven't been disappointed, and they're not that expensive, so just going over here and there with the stickles. Oh, and then something happened with my camera. My image is reversed. She should be facing the other way. So I'm not quite sure what happened here. I think in the next scene or two, you'll see that she's the right way. I really don't know how this happened. It's very strange. I was trying to fix it and I couldn't. So I'm adding some blue. I added it to her shoes. I'm adding it along her dress. It turns out so pretty. On her little bow there, her ruffle sleeve. And then she had a little red heart in her hair. So I added that. Glitter glue to it, the stickles. So here I am trying to figure out how to put these on. I mean, on camera they don't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all, but in person it just like sort of overwhelmed the picture. So, and I just couldn't get where I thought they looked right. But really on camera they don't look too bad at all. What do you guys think? You guys think I should put those back on? Please let me know in the comments. And, you know, if you guys like my content at all, please hit the like button, please comment, and share this out to your friends. I really need the subscribers and people to like and comment on my videos. I'm trying to build my channel, and so I really need your support. So if you like what I'm doing, please consider doing that for me. So this rose pediment I'm putting on top is one of my favorite. I guess it's an applique. It's one of my favorites. I use it a lot, so you guys might see it more. I think I use this one in that little shelving unit I created out of the organizing tray thing. It was a dark and moody vibe. So I added the one to the bottom. I'm going to add this to the top. There we go. glare there. Or not the camera, the ring light, sorry. I don't know why it's like that. So I had a little tiny key from Totally Dazzled, because this is Alice in the Castle or something, Alice something castle. So I added that key so she could get into the castle. So here's our final reveal. And hopefully you guys could see how beautiful this is. Looks like the lights are giving a little bit of glare. But it's just so beautiful. And here she's the right way, thank goodness. And here's our pot, umbrella holder, cane holder, I don't know. And maybe you could even use it as a garbage can. See, see if you can see his eyes. They're beautiful. They glitter. I was trying to show you there because I wasn't really catching it. And here's the queen. There we go. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye now.